So hello and welcome to this Adobe Animate tutorial, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can create this kind of bar graph animation. And yeah, right now you can see what we are going to be doing. The final animation is going to be maybe a little bit different because this is just from my trial, but yeah. I have these graphs from the site Freepik, and I'm going to put you a link in the description, but you can create it on your own or whatever. I'm also going to give you the Illustrator file that I'm going to create right now, so if you want to skip this part, you can go directly to the Adobe Animate. But yeah, I will go to the place where I have my Freepik file, and I am going to have a zip file, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose extract here, and I'm going to double click on this EPUB file, and it is going to open me this in Adobe Illustrator. Let me close all of the documents that I have, and yeah. Now what I'm going to do is I will create new document, so I will go with Ctrl N, Command N, and I'm going to choose width and height 800 by 500. You can choose anything, but I will go with this one, and I want this to be pixels, RGB, and so on, and I'm just going to click create. Now I am going to get this one, so I am going to select it, and I am going to drag it to the new document that we just created, and yeah. I am going to scale this, so I am going to hold Shift to be proportional and Alt or Option to go from the center, and yeah. If you want, you can align this with the align, but I am just going to eyeball this like so. Now all of this is going to be grouped together, so what we need to do is we need to right click and we need to choose ungroup, and right now we are going to have this separated. What I'm going to do is I will get rid of these numbers because I do not need them, so I am just going to select them, and I'm going to hit delete. Now I will go to my layers, and I am going to open my layer 1, and we are going to have a bunch of things in here. And what I'm going to very quickly do is I will click on these three lines, I will go to the panel option, and I will go to the other, and I'm going to change this to be 50, just so my layers are going to be a little bit bigger, so we can see this a little bit better. These bars, we can use them from Adobe Illustrator, or we can create them in Adobe Animate, and I am going to recreate them in Adobe Animate, so I can put them to be on one layer. So I am going to one by one select them like so with the Shift, so I am just going to click on all of them like so, and I am going to go with Ctrl G, or you can right click and choose group. And now I am going to hide this, and I am going to select this like so, and I'm going to go with Ctrl G. So right now I am basically going to have two layers. One of them is going to be this grid, and one of them are going to be these bars, and yeah. Now what I need to do is I need to click on this layer, I will go to these three lines, and I will go to the release two layers. Right now I am going to able to select them and get them out of the layer 1, and layer 1 right now is going to be empty, so I can delete it. So basically we are going to have two layers like so, and I am going to save this, and I am going to provide you this Illustrator file. So I will go with Ctrl S, and I will go to the place where I want to have this, so it is going to be in here, and I'm going to create new folder which I'm going to call to be Illustrator, for example, and I will go inside, and this is going to be bar graph or whatever, and I'm just going to click save. In here I do not want to change anything, so I'm just going to click OK, and yeah, we can go to the Adobe Animate. So I will open the Adobe Animate, and I'm going to create new document, so Ctrl N, Command N, and I'm going to choose the same width and height. So the width is going to be 800, height is going to be 500, HTML5 canvas, frame rate is fine as it is, and I'm just going to click create. Now I will go to the place where I have my Illustrator file, so I will go in here, and I'm going to drag this Illustrator file to the Adobe Animate like so. This is going to give me some options, but I do not need to, I do not want to change anything, so I am just going to click import, and we are going to have this like so. If we want in here, we can select everything, we can go with the Q, and we can scale this, we can reposition this with the Shift and arrows or whatever, but I am going to keep it as it is. Now the bottom one is going to be bars, so I'm going to double click on this layer, and this is going to be bars, and I'm going to double click on this one, and I'm just going to call this to be grid. Now I am going to lock both of them, and I am going to recreate these bars, so you can create them as you want with whatever colors, whatever size, and you can have some text in here or anything. So I am going to create a new layer, and I am going to go to the rectangle tool, and I am going to get rid of the stroke, and I am going to choose any fill, and what I'm going to do is I am going to draw a shape which is going to be almost the same as the original one, and with my arrows I am going to position this maybe like so. Okay, so once I am going to have this like this, I am going to click on this, and with the shift and arrow I am going to move this, so I am going to be able to see the original one, and I am going to click on this, I am going to click on the fill, I am going to choose this color, and I am going to move this with the shift and arrow back to the original position. And yeah, right now if I want, I can play with the height of this, so with the Y position, so I can put it like so, and yeah. And now I am going to duplicate it, so I'm going to hold Alt or Option, and I am going to hold Shift to stay on the same line like so. So I am going to put it like so. Now I am going to go with the Q, free transform tool, and I am going to hold Alt or Option to scale it like so. Without Alt or Option I would be scaling like so, so I just want to scale it up like this approximately. And one more time I am going to move this, I am going to choose the correct color, and I am going to put it back, and yeah, right now I am going to recreate all of them like so. So I am going to duplicate it with Alt or Option, and I am going to scale it with Alt or Option. I am going to move this with Shift and arrow. I am going to change the color. I am going to position this back, and yeah. So right now very quickly I am going to duplicate them. I am going to skip this part, and I will see you when I am going to finish all of them. Alright, so right now I am going to do the last one, so I am just going to duplicate this, scale this with the Alt, move this, change the color, and move this back like so, and yeah. So right now I can hide the original bars like so, and we are going to have the new ones, and if I want I can actually delete the bars that we had like so, and yeah. So we are going to have all of them on this layer number 3. Now what I need to do is I need to convert them, all of them, to the symbol to be able to animate them. So I'm going to click on this one, I will go to the modify, convert to symbol or F8, and I'm just going to call this to be symbol 1, and I want this to be movie clip, and I'm going to click OK. And right now with the shortcut I will go with one by one, so F8, enter, F8, enter, like so. So we will have to convert all of them to the symbol. I am not going to skip this part because I can do this quickly like so, and yeah, and right now the last one. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I am going to extend this grid layer. So I will move like so, and I will go maybe to frame 200. We can change this later on, and I'm going to click F5, or you can right click and insert frame. Now I will have to put them on the separated layers. So I'm going to click on this layer number 3, and I'm going to click on this to select everything, and I will right click on one of them, and I'm going to choose distribute to layers, and right now we are going to have them all on the separated layers. And now what I'm going to do is I will go maybe to frame 25, and I'm going to select all of them like so, and I'm going to create new keyframe for all of them. So I'm going to click F6, or you can right click, insert the keyframe, and now I will go to the first one, and I'm going to select all of the keyframes, and I'm going to hold Alt or Option, and I'm going to scale this down. I do not want to go to the opposite side, so something maybe like so, as small as possible. But if you are going to have this like so, that's still fine, but I am going to try to put it like this. And yeah, and right now I am going to select everything with the shift. I will right click, and I'm going to choose create classic twin. So right now we are going to have this animation like so. We would like to create some kind of bounce, at least I would like to. So I am going to create a new keyframe. So I'm going to select everything, and I'm going to go with F6, and I will go to these keyframes, and I'm going to select all of them, and with the Alt or Option I am going to make this a little bit bit bigger. So basically we are going to go from nothing to a little bit bigger. Then I am going to duplicate these keyframes one more time. So I'm going to select them, and with Alt or Option I am going to duplicate them like so. And these ones I am going to make a little bit smaller, so I'm going to select them, and with the Alt or Option I'm going to make them smaller. And the last one we are going to have the original ones. Now I am going to select all of these keyframes, and I'm going to move them a little bit like so. And maybe the initial animation we can make a little bit slower, so I'm going to select all of the keyframes, and I'm going to move these like so. The point is that the first animation should be like more frames, the second one should be a little bit less, and the last one should be even less. So we would like to have this like so. And right now we are going to create the classic twin, so I'm going to select all of these like so. I will right click, and I'm going to choose create classic twin. So basically right now we are going to have this animation like so. I can go with Control Enter, Command Enter to see this in the browser, and this is what we are going to have. We will have to put some easing, very simple easing to this, so this is going to look a little bit better because right now the animation is going to be linear. So I am going to select all of the keyframes. I will go to the classic ease, and I am just going to choose one of these options. So I will go to the easy in out. This is just going to make the animation, you have no ease and that's linear, and you have easy in out, the animation is going to be slower, then faster, and at the end slower. So I am going to choose the first option, and I'm going to double click. The same thing I am going to do with these ones. So I am going to choose the same easing, and I'm going to double click, and I'm going to do the same thing with this one. So I am going to go like this, easy in out, double click, and yeah. And now what we need to do is we need to distribute them a little bit. So I'm going to select all of them except of the bottom one, and I'm going to move this by 5 frames. And then I'm going to select all of them except this one, and I'm going to move this by 5 frames. And yeah, you can move this by 10 frames or by 3 frames. That's up to you, but I will go with 5. So yeah, I will have to do this like so. In After Effects we have some options that we can do this automatically. In Adobe Animate I do not know about such an option, so I will have to do this manually, but yeah, I can do this quickly, and I have only 2 left. So like this, and right now the last one, I am going to select all of the keyframes with the shift, and I'm going to put it like so. So yeah, right now if I go with Control Enter, Command Enter, this is what we are going to have. Maybe if you are going to have something like this, I am going to select this like so, and I am going to go in here, and I'm going to click Shift F5 to get rid of these additional frames. If you are going to have something like this, then this is going to disappear. So basically you will have to extend this with F5 like so. If we want to get rid of these additional frames, because we have a lot of them, what we can do is we can zoom out a little bit like so, and we can select everything like so, and we can go with Shift F5, or you can go right click and remove frames somewhere here like so. Okay, and if we want to extend this, we can go with F5. So if we want to extend it like so, we can extend it like so. So yeah, right now if I go with Control Enter, Command Enter, basically this is what we are going to have. And if I want, I can choose some kind of background, so I can click anywhere. I can go to the stage, and I can make this to be I don't know, little bit blue like so. So we are going to be able to see where is our canvas. Let me close these windows and let me try one more time. So I will go with Control Enter, Command Enter, and yeah, this is what we are going to have. If you would like to know how you can create this for the Google Ads, I am going to put a link in the description for the tutorial where I am showing how you can export from the Adobe Animate and how you can prepare banners for the Google Ads. For this tutorial, this is all. I hope that you have learned something. If anyone have been here until the end, you can write me that in the comments. If you like this video, you can click the like. And yeah, this is it. This is all. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. And goodbye.